Hi, I'm Tal Safani, the President and CEO of the Ayn Rand Institute. So social media is on fire because my institute, which advocates for laissez-faire capitalism and the complete separation of the government from the economy, was suddenly exposed as receiving money from the Paycheck Protection Program, or PPP as it's called. Except that this wasn't a big revelation at all. Way back in April and May, we broadcasted an hour-long webinar and published an article stating clearly that we were applying for the PPP money and explaining why we, as uncompromising opponents of the government wealth redistribution, absolutely have a right to take the money as a matter of moral principle. This might seem completely counterintuitive to you, and that's understandable. If I learned anything in my days as an engineer, is that intuition can often lead you to the wrong conclusions. So what are the issues involved here in this matter? But first let me just say that if you're interested in this question and watching this video, that means you're interested in a moral question, and that's good. So you care about doing the right thing. Many people don't. All of us are forced to pay into a tax system whether we morally support it or oppose it. We don't have a choice about that. You, me, the employees, and the supporters of the Ayn Rand Institute, all of us are forced to support the welfare state whether we agree with it or not. If the government offers to return some of the money taken from us by force, each of us is entitled to reclaim some of what was taken. This is a form of restitution, like reclaiming your stolen goods after being a victim of a robbery. In fact, Ayn Rand's view on this issue is that the only people who are morally entitled to claim this sort of government money are those who oppose the system on principle and speak out against it. The advocates of the welfare state, who are the ones who are morally responsible for endorsing this whole system of legalized robbery, have no right to claim tax dollars stolen from others at their behest. So as Ayn Rand said, and I quote, "If this sounds like a paradox, the fault lies in the moral contradictions of the welfare statism, not in its victims." Rand wrote a detailed article on this issue herself called "A Question of Scholarships," which you can find on our website, aynrand.org. She was answering a question from a student asking whether it's okay to take government scholarships. But she elaborated on the principle more broadly and discussed all sorts of programs such as unemployment insurance, government research grants, and yes, even Social Security. Rand explained her positions as follows, quote, "Since there is no such thing as the right of the government to seize the property of some men for the unearned benefit of others, the advocates and supporters of the welfare state are morally guilty of robbing their opponents, and the fact that the robbery is legalized makes it even morally worse, not better. The victims do not have to add self-inflicted martyrdom to the injury done to them by others. They do not have to let the looters profit doubly by letting them distribute the money exclusively to the parasites who clamor for it. Whenever the welfare state laws offer them some small restitution, the victims should take it." So this is why we took the PPP funds and would do it again if necessary. But this is also why we will continue to take a principled, uncompromising stand for laissez-faire capitalism against the altruist, statist, collectivist morality that is destroying this country. So if you are serious about better understanding moral and political ideas and having an integrated, non-contradictory viewpoint about the world around you, do the work. Read Ayn Rand yourself. Thank you very much.